action. My dear young compatriots, before addressing these structural issues, I would like to mention two recent events which I am aware are particularly dear to your hearts. Like me, you were certainly disappointed by the early elimination of our indomitable lions from the ongoing Africa Cup of Nations in Côte d'Ivoire. I congratulate you for demonstrating dignity in the fight, and that we will win again. After all, as you so aptly put it, using a term the secret of which you alone have, we are the continent. However, victory does not happen by chance. It requires not only talent, but also courage, discipline, organization, and hard work. That is definitely the secret of our compatriot, Francis Ngannou, who marveled the entire world in his maiden boxing fight. I am aware of the importance of football to you. In our difficult context, the state is making enormous financial sacrifices in that connection, and is therefore entitled to require better organization and results. We will see to it. The government, and particularly the ministry in charge of sports, have received clear instructions in that regard. My dear young compatriots, I am aware that, like your parents, you are concerned about the recent hike in fuel pump prices. You are also worried about the impact that it could have on your living conditions. I wish to assure you that the requisite efforts have been made to maintain the adjustment at a reasonable level. I have also instructed the freezing of the prices of cooking gas and kerosene in order to preserve household purchasing power. You should know that this operation was inevitable owing to the current budget constraints and our desire to avert shortages. Apart from the various support measures decided by me, constructive discussions are ongoing between the government and its social partners. They seek to preserve the viability of the activities of the relevant sectors and the interests of users and consumers. My dear compatriots, for many years now, the bulk of the state budget has been devoted to the education sector. This affects the importance the authority attaches to your education. Over the years and at all levels of our educational system, new infrastructures have been built and more teachers trained and deployed. Curricula are regularly reviewed in order to ever more progress in professionalizing teaching, our goal being to improve education job matching. In this connection, I have instructed the government to set up a competitive skills development mechanism. Such is the idea behind the secondary school and skills development support project for growth and employment. It helps to finance initial and continuing worker training. It also seeks to build the capacities of stakeholders in the social economy and the informal sector where many young people operate. I have also prescribed the reduction of school fees in vocational training centers of excellence from 500,000 francs CFA to 50,000 francs CFA to enable the greatest number of youth to access quality training. Besides the commissioning of the new National Trainer Training and Programs Development Center, I am pleased to mention the commissioning of the Marua, Ngaoundéré, Yaoundé, Douala, Bamenda, and Bafoussam vocational information and counseling centers, from where youth can now obtain information on various opportunities in the job market. My dear young compatriots, in addition to recruiting a significant number of youths in the public service, each year, the state is increasing initiatives to boost job creation in the private sector and to encourage self-employment. This cannot be overemphasized. Self-employment is one of the best ways to achieve socio-professional integration, as neither the state nor the private sector can absorb the growing number of young people entering the labor market each year. This approach is consistent with the special 3-year youth plan launched in 2016. It has already furnished thousands of youth-focused projects. Similarly, the Entrepreneurship Promotion Program contributed to the establishment of 12,000 new businesses in 2023, creating nearly 22,000 direct jobs. While the strides are definitely encouraging, I am fully aware that they remain inadequate, considering the number of young job seekers. That is why I urge you to seize the opportunities offered by the implementation of the 3-year Integrated Import Substitution Plan 2024 to 2026 to engage in productive activities. It will enable you not only to make yourselves useful to your country, but also to find the wherewithal to fend for yourselves. My dear young compatriots, I would like to take this opportunity to hail the work of the various bodies set up to facilitate the social integration youth. Such is the case of the National Youth Council, which currently comprises 14,000 youth organizations and decentralized bodies. The same is true of municipal and regional youth councils. They have enabled nearly 8,000 youths to voluntarily commit to learning how to manage public affairs and development projects in their communities. My dear young compatriots, addressing the concerns of youth has remained at the heart of my political commitment. Under my stewardship, the government has worked relentlessly and resolutely towards this goal. However, I believe that our youth will be unable to leverage the opportunities available to them unless they fully embrace the civic and moral values that are the foundation of social life. These include hard work, integrity, patriotism, tolerance, civic-mindedness, compliance with the new law, and respect of the common good. Today, we are all witnesses of the gradual dissolution of these values in our society, and unfortunately among the youth as well. Moral decay, irresponsible and deviant behavior, violence, indiscipline,